together in hell.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Nuclear Review Corner. Today we are looking at the Foxy and Chica Endo series figures. In the last review, we got to take a look at the Freddy and Bonnie from the series and seeing how they compared to their Funko and custom counterparts. They had their differences, but it worked out in the end. But this time around, there's no customs to fight against, so I think things will go smoothly this time around. Unless the classics and Funko start arguing with each other. Hey, I don't like your face. Yeah, say it to my face. I just did. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another action figure Fnaf unboxing. And today, we got the remaining two characters of the Withered and Classic guys, cause screw Golden Freddy. But yeah, I'm very excited to open these. As you know, we did the previous Endo series, which I currently actually have in their classic forms, which I probably won't do super often, but I figured we'll do both classic versions first, and then we'll get into the withered ones of all of them. Well, you already saw those guys, but yeah. So I'm pretty excited. I got these two as Christmas presents, which is awesome because I mean, I don't want to pay for things. Without further ado, we're going to start with Foxy, but we're going to start with Classic Foxy first, and then we'll do all the classics and do some cool camera shots and videos and probably some other gags. Normally I skip this part, but you know, it is called an unboxing, so it's like, if you don't see something getting unboxed, aren't you like breaking the rules? Isn't that part of the code of conduct, and then YouTube takes your rights away? All right, and ooh, this isn't as exciting as the other ones because we don't get feet like or legs or anything, which is kind of why I'm surprised that there's no Classic Foxy feet when you had there's no excuses because it's like, oh, they didn't have the budget. They don't got legs! But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just start with assembling Foxy, and then we'll get a whole view out. These guys look like they're ready. Like, oh yeah, let's get them open. Come on, put your back into it. Yeah, teamwork. Yarg. All right, I have experience now. Putting together the other suits were a bit of a challenge because I wasn't used to how they worked yet, but now I think I'm pretty good at, wow, I forgot how posable the Endo is on itself. All right, jaw, what are we thinking? Yay, the jaw's clicky. My Freddy figure, the jaw kind of just wedges out, but yay. Alrighty, so let's put you back together. All right, let's see how the face looks, and see, okay, because it's like, yeah, that looks really good, but then you have to make sure you push it in to see the truth, and, oh no, it's still pretty good. He still has a very cutesy look to him, but at least it's wedged in. Freddy with his pop-out eyes. I'm just dissing Freddy this whole time. What's that, buddy? Huh? You have something to say to my face? Huh? Yeah, you played the games, right? You played the games, huh, Freddy? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Yeah, Foxy's head. All right, let's get the jaw in. Can I put the jaw in with the face on? Because that was a problem with Bonnie. Oh, yep, there we go. Yarg. Oh, that goes really low, but it's probably because of the Endo not blocking anything. Yahar, matey. Yahar, mate. What? Why does this happen? You know, sometimes you just gotta don't ask about the Jazzwares designer's interests. Haha, but it's fun how you can have like him just have two hands. That would be a cool bit for something, like he swaps out the hands for when he like needs hands. And I mean, you can't really make him do a thumbs up, but it's kind of cool how you can kind of have like the thumbs up picture. And there we go. We got Foxy fully done. Yahar mateys, my name be Foxy the Pirate Fox. What the hell happened here? All right, so first looks, and yeah, I really like this guy. He is a bit goofy looking, and he's definitely like feels like he's a bit stretched out because he kind of has to be for the endo suit, but he's still pretty cool. I will say, like, really? It is a bit lame how so much of this guy's, like, inner parts are like, why is this painted? These obviously all should be holes so you can just see through it. That's, like, the entire point of these action figures. But I do know why that might be the case, and I'll get more into that when we talk about this situation. But yeah, still, and even though the feet also annoy me because it's like, come on, you totally could have done the other feet. It's still a pretty good figure. Like, if you just want, like, a classic Foxy figure, I definitely think this is a good fit. And let's just take a quick look at how he looks with oh no. See how he looks with the other guys? And yeah, these are cool. Ahoy there, Foxy. It's nice to have you on the team again. Yar, it's good to be back. You are piercing my hand. Oh, I'm sorry. Let go of me. I'm trying. Classic Foxy. A pretty nice figure. If you just want a nicely posable Foxy figure, this definitely gets the job done. Though he has some issues with his more wider looking proportions. In fact, let's just... And there we go. Though that won't fix that plushy eye look he has going on. Normally, this is where the World of line would step in to have that more casual look, but that one has its own thickness issues with the neck and the legs. So it is definitely up to you which one you prefer, and of course this version has the wrong type of feet. However, that has been fixed in newer releases. Overall, pretty good figure of Foxy. He looks a bit sillier than you may like, but you can't really go wrong with him.
Oh, the sounds, I don't like them. Ah, no! Oh, yeah! I tried to push it! Oh, my God! Oh, game over indeed! Oh, are those my eyeballs? Oh!
Alright, so here I have the Funko Foxy, and I really like the Funko Foxy. I mean, again, all the Fnaf 1 Funko figures are generally really good, so let's compare him to this version. Now, this is a very interesting comparison, because... yeah, my other one's a bit loose. I will say what I said the first time. I think Jazzwares does a really good job at making sure the sculpt is exactly correct. I mean, give or take. So it's perfect if you're like, hey, I want a Foxy figure and I can do whatever I want with it. You could definitely take this figure and modify it to be like one-to-one Foxy. This figure is not exactly what Foxy actually looks like in game, but you kind of get a better essence of who Foxy is. Like the eyelids really show that compared to the goo goo gaga baby face. If you somehow can get either one, I definitely would say it really depends. Like, do you want Withered Foxy? Do you want to customize it? It really is up to you, but I think seeing them side by side is really important to just see, like, the exact kind of, like, give and take of both versions. However, I must say that you cannot dab as well with the Jazzwares figure. Oh, yo, Mangle for the save. Alright, so ordinarily, we would get right into Withered Foxy, but come on, we gotta see all the classics together. And then we'll get into Wither Town, and then we'll go over all of them, because, guys, it takes like 10 minutes to put these back together. I try to get all the footage I can done in one sitting. Chica, I'm actually pretty excited for, because her figure, like, classic version, looks really good. I think we got another, like, maybe like Freddy Bonnie situation going on, where I think Withered Freddy looks better than Classic Freddy, but I think Classic Bonnie looks better than Withered Bonnie. Maybe this will be another, like, Withered Foxy is better, but then Classic Chica's better. Oh dear. And guys, remember, if you need help, it does come with instructions. I did not realize that at first. Alrighty, let's take a peek under the hood here. Wow. Yeah, the Classic Chica so far looks really good. And Withered Chica. Alright. Oh, there's a piece of plastic in here. Interesting. Wonder what that's for. Oh. Oh. It was keeping the jaw in place. Interesting. I just realized with all these heads, you could recreate the Fnaf 3 ending screen. I might have to do that. All right, moment of truth. Oh, that looks really good. Oh, that's perfect. Wow. Yeah, I think Classic Chica's gonna be a real winner here. Oh, that's so nice looking. Okay, that's on point. That's Chica. No argument. Wow. I was not expecting Chica to be one of like the best figures in the set, but here we are. Womp. Womp. Yay. You know, I'm trying to remember like how difficult it is to put the feet on sometimes. So maybe that's why Foxy didn't come with multiple feet. They were just like, nah, no one's gonna want to do that. No one's gonna do that a 4th time. Chica! Wow, this is a really good figure. Like, with the other guys, it's easy to be like, oh, it's like, oh, he's a bit wider, it doesn't have color, oh, his eyes are bulging, something. But Chica, like, it perfectly nails the look, having the sunken in eyes, but still like, yes, they're the wider eyes, but yes, like having the half closed eyes would be better. But I don't know, I feel like this still feels like Chica in a way, you know? I mean, it should. It's an action figure of her. Classic Chica, a very silly looking chicken indeed. While Chica usually also looks as literal dead inside as the other characters, I think this more cutesy look fits a lot better with her. And I think that may be because there's plenty of space for her eyes to sink into the back of her head, keeping that same cute, friendly look without looking too unnatural. Everything else looks great though. She's missing the paws that, only the world of figure has, and literally no one else. But yeah, that's not that big of an issue. What might perplex people, though, is the revenge of Funko's upper teeth. Truthfully, I don't think I ever noticed this until it was pointed out to me, but luckily for the nitpicker inside of all of us, this has also been fixed in revisions. Once again, sucks that I got mine at the start when it had these issues, but I'm glad newer buyers are getting improved versions, and who knows, maybe it'll be worth something someday.
As soon as I woke up, I was greeted by my monitor. The screen was lulling me to sleep, and begins my habits so sharp. I'm so busy, but instead of accomplishing anything, I put it off until you say, "Man, you really are an idiot, huh? There's not a punchline here at all."
Wow, having the much bigger suit really hits home the differences with the Funko one. Speaking of which, come on down. Wow. Yeah, so this is just another situation of like, oh, depends on which vibes you want. This one, I would just say, give a gross splash of paint and then you're pretty much on your way there. I would say Chica, this Jazzwares Chica is definitely a much better win. But like, yeah, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Because these ones are always like thinner and like a lot thinner and like they can have their arms lower just because they're like a lot skinnier. They have a lot like normal people bodies. It's kind of like, these are kind of like the Splinks models or what 16-ness, whatever, whoever made those originally. And these are more like actual, like, you know, like the models you would use like nowadays. So it's kind of cool. And I remember back in the day how I always thought this is what you want to use when you want the animatronics acting like normal people, because they're more shaped like normal people. This is what you want to use when you're doing like an actual Fnaf animatronic Fnaf thing. Of course, like now I'd probably just say always go for the more accurate stuff, but I don't know. That was just a thought I had when I was 7 years old, so if you want to take that into account when you're buying your action figures and making your stop motion movies, then go for it. And then yes, the jaw opens. Oh, that's so good. I really like Chica. And look, now the gang's all back together again. But yeah, still, like, overall, even with everything I said, like, these are really cool action figures. They're a really nice size, nice posability, and they're just all really cool as I show you them while tucking them over here with very little consideration of their well-being. Alright, I'll do it. Pizza! I should recreate that with figures. That'd be fun. Maybe when the Office set comes out. Remind me to do that when I make that video. I'm gonna make triple Baka with these. You can imagine those guys on a show stage. I should get my Fnaf Snap set. Where is that again? Oh, yeah. All right, as fun as these guys are, I think it's about time we check out the Withered version. So we'll take care of these guys and we'll take care of those guys. That sounds like a threat. Of course it's a threat. He's gonna rip our skin off. Oh, what's that sound you're asking? Well, I gotta keep myself entertained. These take forever to edit. Also, reminder, use this when removing Bonnie's eyes if they're tough for you. I don't know if this is a Bonnie problem or just this figure problem, but I gotta say, it's really annoying how the only character out of all the Endo figures I have, it seems that Withered Bonnie/Bonnie's eyes are the hardest to remove, which is the only character that has eyes you would want to remove. Alright, well it took like 20 minutes, but I now can finally start building the Foxy and Chica, because that was all for these guys. But let's start making Withered Foxy. Gonna be honest, something about just like an endoskeleton just chilling in boxer shorts, minding his own business is really amusing to me. This is his casual weekend attire. All right, moment of truth time. Ooh, that's pretty cool looking. That's very yeah. So let's see what it looks like, and oh yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, of course he has like the big bulbous eyes, but you know, it works for the jump scare look and all that. Alrighty, and now we have Withered Foxy. Alright, so yeah, this one is a pretty cool figure, I'll give him that. He has everything you need. He has the correct feet, because this is just how they are for him. Yeah. It looks pretty good. I'll be honest, Withered Foxy has never been like a character I've super liked. I mean, because Withered Foxy is not that different from like classic Foxy. There are differences, but none that really like stick out, because it's like most of the things about him are like on normal Foxy. So yeah, but he's still cool. I really like this figure. Okay, so did we clear everything? All the normal things to say? Okay, red! As you can see, Withered Foxy has a lot of red just sections on him, which is lame, because as we established, the whole point is that you can see the endoskeleton. This is exactly what you don't do when you have an endoskeleton. However, I actually know why this is the case. It's because apparently, if they did actually cut out this section, these toys would be too sharp to sell in the UK area. So I guess this is better. And like I said before, it gives you perfect opportunity to customize it yourself. Everyone's already cut this thing off. So that's pretty cool, and I'm glad more people get to enjoy it now. But it is like a weird thing when it's like, usually you do stuff like this because you can't see the inside. So the fact that it's there anyway is kind of lame. But it's still Withered Foxy. He's still pretty neat. In terms of which I like better, I guess I like this one a bit more for accuracy, but I think I still like classic Foxy maybe a little bit more. But yeah, it's cool that we have another member to the Withered crew. everything cannot stop falling even if their lives depended on it. Yep, that's what I thought. Withered Foxy, with plenty of creepy detail and spooky assets. Honestly, a pretty solid figure. Of course, we have the gross blood muck on his body for UK restrictions, but I heard they might fix that later. Basically, all these figures are going to be thrown in the trash at some point to be replaced. But overall, it's a pretty great figure, it's really accurate. The only thing I really wish was different is this weird silver piece on its head. Now I get that they couldn't truly make it exposed, but that strong silver look I just don't think looks the best for these, which goes over 10 times as much for the World of figures, but yeah, still, overall this one is pretty alright.
Well, as you can see, he's nowhere around here, so why don't you go look elsewhere?
Night Guard! I'm gonna kick your ass! God!
Wait, you saw the Night Guard?
Hey, that's the Night Guard right there!
No, that's just Freddy.
No! He's doing that thing with the spare Freddy head again! You know, messing with your facial scanners! Ah, damn it!
Hey, next is let's make Withered Chica, though I am gonna miss this chicken. It's so nice looking. Wait, isn't this a reference to something? Alright, it's time for the moment of truth where we test out the face, because that's always the most important part. And oh gosh, that is disturbing. They really are sunken in like they are in the game. Wow. I'm impressed. Ah! Get this thing on me. Looks like a saw trap. I definitely have seen the movie Saw. Ugh. That's where the marionette comes from, right? Oh my gosh, that is so creepy. I mean, I've seen photos of this, but I don't know. Something about seeing it like in person with the lighting is really disturbing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Putting on the feet took like 20 minutes. Withered Chica. Ah! Honestly, I really like this one. Chica overall is a really good package because I really like both the figures. And I didn't think I would, considering that, well, okay, let's just get it out of the way. This is not that. The jaw needs to be way higher, and it's obvious why that isn't the case. It's because it has to fit this mold. A big characteristic of these characters' heads and faces are just not seen in these, which I kind of think why is like, I think still, I would say Withered Freddy is the best, because Withered Freddy has literally zero compromises to his design with the endo feature. Chica's missing the jaw bit. Withered Bonnie's whole face could be a bit more accurate. And then Withered Foxy, he doesn't have the holes cut out and all that stuff. So I think that's why I think I like Withered Freddy the best. That said, however, everything about Withered Chica is really cool. And it's just like, it looks creepy. It captures the vibe, the character, the essence of Withered Chica. And I think that's very commendable. You know, it's cool having the wires that you can do whatever you want with. You can have them posed accurately, inaccurately. There's just like, you just got to be a bit careful with them because they're a bit finicky. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Withered Chica, and oh my goodness, she's definitely the scariest. Look at how she's looking at me while I'm writing the script. Ugh. But wow, I'm very impressed with how good this figure looks, especially when her defining characteristic being her unhinged jaw is completely missing. Obviously, this is due to having to still work within the endo pieces, even though the World of figures also don't have it due to the jump scare feature. But we aren't talking about that today. All the gross details are all here, including her broken wired hands, which I wish were in color, but that's something the other Chica has done right. Don't ask me anything else about her, I've never even seen this in stores. And this time we get the 3-prong feet, pre-patched edition and all. Overall, a very spooky figure. If you want a Fnaf toy that's genuinely unnerving, I think this is pretty up there for now.
Surrender now, maggots, and you will not be harmed! rebooted robot hell, you tin savages! Blamos!
Yeah! So seeing them all together, these are really cool action figures. They have their flaws, of course, but I still think overall, these are really good, especially for the price. $25 each with the addition of a whole secondary suit to change them up and have a whole separate action figure. And yeah, I really wish we had a Golden Freddy to complete everything, but Shadow Freddy, I think, definitely makes a good stand-in for the meantime. Again, I don't know if they'll do Golden Freddy, but, you know, it still would be cool someday, but it's still nice we still get 5 figures at the end of the day, so it kind of fits the void of Spooky Freddy's. Well, that looks like a wrap for these action figures. I do really like the direction that Jazzwares is going with these cool new figures. And while I will say Wave 2 does leave some stuff to be desired, I still think these figures are good, and I don't think it's over for Jazzwares, cause have you seen the Glamrock figures? It's gonna be pretty exciting down the line. So I hope you tune in for when I finally make reviews of all that other stuff. With that all said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!